Hello everyone, and welcome to this video. In here I'm gonna show a bit of my process for this type of illustration. I hope you enjoy it. So I usually start off with a sketch in blue pencil, just some rough outlines, and then I just do the finish outline in graffiti. Usually HB pencil or 2B pencil, really depends. So after that I'll just digitize the drawing into Photoshop, where I get rid of the blue lines, just remaining the pencil line. Then I'll print it out into heavyweight paper and get them ready on the board for the painting. So what I'm starting is doing some underpainting in acrylic. I like using acrylics for underpainting because it serves almost like a warm-up for the final painting, and it does work as a fixative, you know, because once dry you can't really smudge the pencil lines. And then I can start applying gouache on top of the acrylic without being afraid of mixing with the undertone acrylic painting. So once the underpainting is finished, I can start working on the background. The way I usually work is from the background to the foreground. At this point I'm not really sure of the color palette that I'm gonna use. So the first thing I'll tackle is the sky and the water. I know I want to work with some cool colors. I'm not really sure what kind of colors I'm gonna use. For the moment, at this point, I'm just using a little blue and gray and green, just mix things and get the feeling of it, you know, without any preconceptions what the illustration is gonna look like. For this painting I mainly use 4 brushes, maybe 5 sometimes. 2 of the brushes, the Van Gogh brand, are more for aquarelle and gouache. The other 2, the Colibri brands, are more for acrylic, but I use them a lot in the gouache paintings. They are good brushes, yeah. Here I'm starting to tackle the rock. Again, I'm still not sure what kind of colors I'm gonna use for the rock, but I'm starting with some blues, maybe mixing a little bit of greens. At this point, again, I'm not sure what the colors. I just know that I want to use some cool colors. The good things about this kind of personal projects is that it's not client-based. So I'm not constrained by any demand or commission. So that means I can paint as I please. So the colors that I start with might not be the colors that I finished. And that's okay. I mean, it's part of the process, of the creative process. Now here at this point I'm starting to shift a bit more to the green side. I thought it was too much of a blue in the rock. So I'm adding some highlights using green and gray paints all mixed all together. So just to get the form and the shape and the tones of the rock. Now here I'm gonna start adding some more greens and adding a bit of detail with some deep blues just to carve out the details of the rock. At this point I'm feeling there's too much blue, so I'm adding a little bit of green to the sea, and so that the remaining blue almost serves as the cast shadow from the rock and the mermaid. And finally, I'm starting to tackle the mermaid. Now, since I'm having a lot of cool colors in the background, I feel that I need to make some contrast, so I'm using some warmer colors to the character. In this case, some reds and magentas mixed with a little blue and orange. So it's the nice thing about gouache is that you can mix all these colors and give it an organic feel to it, which is kind of nice. I'm adding a little bit more blue into the contact points of the mermaid. Kind of reflects the bouncing of the color of the rock. Gives it a nice touch. on the hair, I decided to go to more vivid red color, just to give a more contrast, and almost serves as a frame for the face of the character. I'm not a big fan of jewelry, but in this case I always thought that the mermaid could have some necklace and some jewelry around her. In terms of storytelling, I thought that she might pick up some coins and some hidden treasures beneath the sea, so it's kind of background story for the character. It's one of those things that help you while you're doing the illustration. It tells a little bit of the character itself. As for the crown above her head, I mean, there's no logical reason why she's having a crown hovering above her head, you know? It's just one of those things that, as an illustrator, you want to give an extra touch, almost like a whimsical factor to the storytelling, you know? Maybe she's a princess, maybe a queen, I don't know. I thought that it's one of those things that you can do in illustration that you can't really do in real life. And adding a little bit of more of details in the sea for, you know, better integration between the rock and the mermaid. Just a little extra final touches. And it's final. It's time to get rid of the tape and the illustration is finished. Well, I hope you enjoyed, and keep coming back. I'll be doing some more videos like this one. Thank you for watching.